Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different than usual, but before I get into that I just want to say obviously Monday is usually the day that Overwatch League fan thoughts and analysis videos go up. Obviously that is not happening today, and the reason for that is just because the week doesn't actually start until Saturday, so the video is going to go up Friday. I mentioned this in the original video, but in case you forgot, that is the case. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about the Overwatch Archives event, which should be starting here in the next month or so. Now, obviously, a little early to be talking about some of this stuff, but there's a lot of things that have to do with Baptiste and some other recent events that have led me to kind of think about what we might be seeing in the Retribution event that I want to talk about. So let's jump into this so I can give my thoughts. So in an interview with Stylosa, Jeff Kaplan was asked why Baptiste was Hero 30, right? Why him now? Is there a reason why Baptiste was added in now and not as Hero 31 or as Hero 29, or was there an in-game ability-based reason for trying to break the meta, or was it just something that they did because he was ready? And Jeff Kaplan essentially said there was multiple reasons, but one of the reasons was for story reasons, right? The reason why he was added in now is for story reasons, and that gets you thinking, well, why would they add in a new hero for story reasons in March or February and not later on? I mean, it could be an animated short that's coming, but most likely it's because of the Overwatch Archives event for 2019 focusing on something with Baptiste. And that would most likely mean that we are getting a Talon mission of some sorts. Now, it's not guaranteed, obviously. It could be any other kind of mission with Baptiste. He could be doing something as a rogue, renegade guy, and he runs into a couple people like Soldier 76 or Ana, or some people who are also kind of doing their own thing on the run. But it doesn't really make sense for the Archives event because Archives event is past events typically. So I would expect that it is some kind of Talon something or another. Now, there's obviously some options for what it could be. We obviously know about the fact that there was a team that was sent after Baptiste, as we saw in his teaser. I don't think that would be what we get, because the people who were there, none of them are heroes, with the exception of Baptiste, and everyone presumably died. So I don't really think it's that. But it could be some kind of Talon mission. We have enough Talon heroes now that we can get some kind of mission that has no heroes that have been used before in an Archives event, because obviously Reaper and Moira were in Retribution, so it would be cool if we could get one, Doomfist, Widowmaker, Sombra, and Baptiste as our Talon operatives. But obviously a link to this interview that Jeff Kaplan did with Stylos is in the description down below if you want to check that out. I want to make sure that I talk about the fact that that is here. But I think that's the most realistic possibility for the Archives event. For what we could be getting is a Talon mission with Baptiste and some other members of Talon. Ideally, like I said, it would be Widowmaker, Sombra, and Doomfist, for me at least, because I think it would be cooler if there were more heroes that haven't been in before. And obviously there's no tanks that are from Talon, so you can't really put in one of the tanks because none of them are Talon characters, but you could figure something out. You could do like an OR unit that they have adopted for themselves, and I think honestly people wouldn't mind. So those are kind of my thoughts for a potential Talon mission, but there's obviously other missions we could be getting. things that we haven't seen yet. I think it'd be really cool if we got something about the Swiss headquarters at some point. I don't think that would be an archives mission, just because what would you do? Because it's Soldier and Reaper kind of like fighting against each other, and really all we know is that Soldier was there, Reaper was there, and McCree was there, so there isn't really enough people for it to be a multiplayer event. So I kind of doubt we would ever get that, but we could. Obviously, we don't have Echo yet, so until we get Echo, we can't get any kind of stuff about her. And we don't know if she was involved in the Paris or Swiss headquarters attack in any way and whatnot. So there's a lot of things we don't know about some of these events that I would love to learn more about, but we just don't know enough yet. But I think there's definitely some other Overwatch operations that we could learn about. I would still love some kind of old school Omnic Crisis event, like with young Reaper and young Jack and young Ana, young Reinhardt, young Torbjorn, and eventually Liao, but I don't see that happening. But like you could have like just the original 5 members that we have access to, and you just you pick one of the 5, so you wouldn't have all 5 with you, or the other one would be like an AI or whatever, or you can do a 5-player mission. Like I think it would be really cool if we got to do some old school Omnic Crisis stuff. I think it'd be a really fun way to explore some of what happened. Maybe it's like the main battle from the Omnic Crisis or whatever. I think that would be a cool one. We know about some other types of Omnic Crises or crises that have happened, but most of them obviously wouldn't be big enough. Zarya's been fighting some Omnics. So, I mean, it's the difficulty with the Archives event is presumably it's events that happened in the past for Overwatch, the organization, and potentially Talon as well. And that limits the amount of heroes you can use. You can't have D.Va, you can't have Orisa, unless you do like an OR unit that is like specialized to look like that. But I don't know if anyone ever actually used OR units to be things like that. You can't really do Bastion. I mean, you could. Bastion was always kind of bad, so you can't really use Bastion. Can't use Brig. You can't. There's just so many heroes you can't use. Right, Lucio. There's a bunch of heroes that they weren't around in that time period as parts of this organization, and even in present day, they're not a part of these organizations. So it's hard to really know who you can really have in some of these events and who you can't. But I'm definitely on the side right now of a Talon event. I think that's what they've been kind of pushing us towards. So that's where I am. Obviously, the event's not going to start for another month, so we'll start seeing some teases, of course, in the next 3 weeks. We'll start seeing some teases. The event last year is April 10th through the 30th. So I think that puts us in position to probably get it this year on the 9th of April, maybe the 11th of April. I have to remember which, probably the 9th of April, I would say. 9th to the 29th, that's usually how it works. That's my guess for how long we will get the event and when we'll get it, and we'll probably start seeing stuff late March, early April. Baptiste should be coming out here in the next week or two, so I'm pretty certain, personally, that we're getting a Talon event for Archives. Don't know what moment it'll be, what the event itself will be, but that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think down below. Obviously, I think it'd be really interesting to have a discussion about what kind of things you'd like to see in an Archives event, or what things you think it'll be, what you want it to be, all that kind of stuff. I'd love to discuss it. But that's where I'm going to end this video off here. If you enjoyed, thank you for watching, and consider liking and subscribing. But I'll see you all in the next video, and bye-bye.